Hey, it's been a while since I've made a video, so I thought I'd make this one. Maybe it'll help somebody. This is I think it's a 2012 Kubota RTV900. The serial number on the production is C1197, and I'm replacing the glow plugs on it because it's having a hard time starting up in winter. You can see the snow, go figure. But because this one is on the older side, it's got something like 2,600 hours on it, I figured it was time. So this is not really a step-by-step. You're not going to see me doing it by hand, but I'll tell you what I have done. So first thing you want to do is disconnect the battery, because you're going to be messing with the bus bar over here where the glow plugs actually get power. So that's a smart thing to do. And by the way, I'm kind of killing time right now because I am waiting on PB Blaster to do its thing. You'll want to do the same thing. So after you disconnect the battery, then you're going to get back here. This is this side of the engine, the passenger side of the engine. And right here, let me set my coffee down. Right here is where you're going to be working. You see right here, and here, and here. Those three are your glow plugs. That's what you're going to be replacing if you need to. Some people can test, or I guess anybody can test for continuity beforehand to make sure that they're dead. This is one of those situations where I figured I'd go ahead and replace them just because the engine is so old and broken in, if you will. And I know that they've probably exceeded their normal lifespan. And the way that it's starting up, this won't hurt to do. A word of caution though, they're really, really hard to get out. And if you get them out, you've got a big problem. So PB Blaster is key here. Anyway, disconnect the battery, come on over here. The next step is, like I said, to locate these. And then there is a bus bar that sits on these three attached to this wire here. This wire sits on top of the bus bar. And in my case, these were 7mm nuts. The guide said 8mm, but then I got to looking a little bit and it looks like Kubota changed them in later runs. So the wire sits here and these three sit on top of the glow plug with these 7mm nuts. Like I said, yours may be 8mm. So once that was off, I sprayed down in the well as much as possible PB Blaster to let it break free. These two broke free pretty easily, and I can go ahead and spin them out now if I want to, but I don't quite want to because there's some gunk down in here that before I open that up, I want to clean that out a little bit more. I mean, you see some wood shavings and that kind of thing, just so none of that gunk gets in the case. That one is giving me a hard time. The engine was fairly warm when I started all this. That's a trick. And then PB Blaster, or whatever your drug of choice is for those situations, spray on there, let it soak for a little bit. You know, some of the guides and some of the forums and stuff that you'll read may say let it soak for hours, or even let it soak overnight if you can. I had PB Blaster on here for about 30 minutes before I tried, and with just gentle force, you know, I wasn't straining too much. Both of those popped, and this one has not. So I'm going to give it a little bit more time. Then you'll go in there, replace the plug. Here's what a new plug looks like. Clearly, that side is up, and that's the actual glowy side. So that will go back in. Then yeah, you just pretty much reverse the process. All right, wish me luck, and I wish you luck. But like I said, whatever you do, don't get in a hurry. Don't snap these off in the case, because then you have to get an extractor kit, or my gosh, if that doesn't work, then you'd have to pull the whole block, and that'd be bad news bears. All right, good luck, take care.